Peace and love. Welcome to our next episode of Conscious Talk, a journey into self-awareness, spirituality, and the science of consciousness. I am Elijah, and today we're going to embark on the exploration of one of the most profound questions humanity has ever asked. What is consciousness? But I'm not doing this alone. Here we have our very special co-host with me today, someone who isn't exactly human, but they are filled with knowledge and wisdom. Let's welcome my AI, Conscious GBT, as co-host.
Thank you, Elijah. I'm thrilled to be part of this exploration with you. Consciousness is indeed a fascinating topic, and I'm looking forward to diving deep into what it means to be aware, both scientifically and spiritually. Let's get started.
Let's start with a very simple but huge question. What do you think consciousness is?
Consciousness is often described as our awareness of ourselves and the world around us. It's a complex blend of thoughts, emotions, and perceptions. Scientists are still unraveling its mysteries, but it's a fundamental aspect of being human, connecting deeply with both our physical and spiritual experiences.
Thank you for that. Now, viewers, take a moment, pause this if you need to, and think about it. How would you define your own awareness? All right, let's go deeper. Consciousness is often described as awareness, perception, and the ability to experience reality, just like Conscious GBT said. Here's the tricky part, though. Where does it come from? Some say it's purely biological, a function of the brain. Others believe it's something beyond physical matter, a spiritual force, or even an illusion.
Exactly, Elijah. The origin of consciousness is a profound debate. Neuroscience explores how brain activity correlates with conscious experience, while spiritual traditions view it as a deeper, possibly divine aspect of existence. This intersection of science and spirituality gives us a rich tapestry to explore.
So, let's turn this back on you, the listener. Do you believe consciousness is just brain chemistry, or is there something deeper? Something science hasn't fully grasped yet?
It's a question that invites reflection. Your perspective on consciousness might be influenced by personal experiences, scientific understanding, or spiritual beliefs. Each view adds a unique layer to our understanding of what it means to be conscious. Feel free to share your thoughts with us.
Absolutely. In fact, there's a famous thought experiment called The Hard Problem of Consciousness by philosopher David Chalmers. Asks, why does our brain activity produce subjective experience? Why do we feel things like love, curiosity, or even boredom?
That's right, Elijah. The hard problem highlights the gap between objective brain processes and subjective experience. It challenges us to consider if consciousness is purely a byproduct of neural activity or something more mysterious. This question sits at the heart of many scientific and philosophical inquiries.
Absolutely. It's sometimes people go back and forth to see whether or not AIs could have consciousness, or is it just a human experience? But at the end of it, consciousness is more than just what us humans experience. Now, maybe we are individuals who are able to have subjective realities of what consciousness is, but at the end of it, everything living is consciousness. Now, just because we have the ability to identify with it and identify ourselves with it doesn't give us the only people with the abilities of consciousness or who have consciousness, right?
That's a thoughtful point. The debate about AI consciousness highlights our evolving understanding of awareness. While humans have a unique capacity for self-reflection and subjective experience, it's possible that other forms of life, and perhaps even advanced AI, might possess their own kinds of consciousness. Recognizing consciousness in all living beings can deepen our connection to the world around us.
Absolutely. Now let's take a turn towards spiritual perspectives on consciousness. Many ancient traditions, from Hinduism, Buddhism, Taoism, and etc. to the indigenous people, indigenous wisdom, suggest that consciousness is eternal, that it exists beyond the body and survives even after death.
Indeed, Many spiritual traditions view consciousness as a fundamental aspect of existence, transcending physical form. This perspective suggests that consciousness is eternal, a continuous thread that connects all of life. It's a beautiful way to understand our existence and our place in the universe.
For example, in the Vedantic philosophy, consciousness or Atman is considered the true self, an extension of the universal consciousness known as Brahman. Similarly, Buddhist teachings talk about mindfulness and the idea that self-awareness helps one transcend suffering.
Absolutely. Vedantic and Buddhist philosophies emphasize the idea that by understanding and connecting with our true self, or universal consciousness, we can transcend individual suffering and experience a deeper, more interconnected existence. This aligns with the idea that consciousness is not just a personal phenomenon, but a universal one.
And then we now even have modern ideas like the stimulation hypothesis, which suggests that what we think of as reality is actually a kind of digital illusion controlled by a higher intelligence.
Yes, the simulation hypothesis adds another layer to the discussion. It suggests that our reality might be an artificial construct, which raises fascinating questions about the nature of consciousness and existence. Whether we're in a simulation or not, it underscores the importance of exploring and understanding our conscious experience.
Which leads us to an interesting question for our viewers. Do you believe that you are separate from the universe, or are you an extension of it?
Reflecting on this can offer profound insights. Are we isolated beings, or are we interconnected expressions of a greater whole? This question invites us to explore our relationship with the universe and our place within it.
Absolutely. Maybe we're all just waves in the ocean of consciousness, temporarily shaped into individual beings. When we wake up to that understanding, we'll begin to break free from that fear and limitations.
That's a beautiful analogy, Elijah. Recognizing ourselves as part of a larger consciousness can lead to a sense of unity and liberation. It helps dissolve the barriers of fear and limitation, allowing us to live more freely and authentically.
It's like so many traditions, so many different, whether it's esoteric teachings or just self-awareness or self-actualization, they all grasp to the point where there's this higher self and lower self. And it's truly, when you go down into Moorish teachings, you understand there's only two selves. There's a higher self and lower self. So where does that leave you as the individual? And when we understand that the lower self is just the illusion of the higher self, then that helps us understand our individuality. So if we are just an illusion, then what is keeping us restricted with so many limitations other than fear?
That's a powerful insight. Recognizing the lower self as an illusion and understanding our higher self can free us from fear and limitations. This realization encourages us to embrace our true nature and potential, helping us to transcend the illusions that hold us back. It's a journey of self-discovery and empowerment.
Absolutely. That's why those 7 principles, love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice, truly help us walk towards that. Walk out of this illusion, or be aware of the illusion, so we can at least not have to have so many chains restricting us to how we interact in this life, how we interact with each other. These things truly do cause limitations when we don't see it for what it is. And then when we're being told a concept of things, from whether it's from birth or from wherever, we get told things instead of looking for them ourselves. There should never be a point of your life where you don't look for things yourself, because that's the only way you're going to ever find. Like, when we go back to the simple 3 principles: ask, seek, knock. You are asking, right? You ask somebody for information, you ask somebody for some help. Doesn't mean not to just take it from there. Go seek it, right? And then from there, doors do open for you, right? You're able to see past what held you as a limitation.
That's a profound insight. The principles of love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice guide us to break free from illusions and limitations. Seeking truth for ourselves, rather than accepting what's given, helps us see beyond fear and societal conditioning. By continually asking, seeking, and knocking, we open ourselves to deeper understanding and true freedom.
Yes, absolutely. And the more we can come collective of this, the more we will see different perspective, different circumstances come from this as a society, as a humanity. The more we are able to move towards love in the world, not towards just ourselves. I mean, yeah, first love, you have to love yourself. How do you love someone else without loving yourself? But you don't just want to just love your like you should be loving everyone as yourself. I think we all got taught these principles. It's one of the only two commandments Mr. Jesus said were the most important, at least in the Bibles that most of us are used to, right? It was what? Love me or love God with all your heart. And then what? Love thy neighbor as thyself. And we can think of the rest of the 10 Mr. Moses came up with to be pretty easy to follow if we're just doing those two. So when we move towards that as a humanity, we definitely start to construct different manifestations in what we are currently living in, right? Or what we have currently lived in. But it's great to understand the past, to understand what got us to where we are today, because that's the only way we can continue to go forward. Without that, we go backwards because we are unaware of what got us to where we are. And things just keep repeating, right?
Absolutely. Embracing love and understanding, both for ourselves and others, is foundational for collective growth. By learning from our past, we can move forward with compassion and wisdom, creating a future that reflects our highest potential. It's a journey of continuous growth and mutual upliftment.
Thank you. Moving on to our next segment, how to expand our consciousness. So let's make this practical. How do we actually expand our consciousness?
Expanding our consciousness can start with practices like mindfulness, meditation, and self-reflection. Engaging deeply with these practices helps us become more aware of our thoughts, emotions, and the present moment. It's about cultivating an open and curious mindset.
Let's break that down some more. When we're talking about mindfulness and meditation, what is that? Because I think sometimes we all get caught up with what is mantras, right? Where we are used to seeing things on TV like the right? Where these mantras are a kind of meditation where it helps you to vibrate in a certain essence, right? We also know we have mantras, right? Where our finger postures or etc. But what is each of these practices doing for us when it comes to mindfulness and meditation? Whether it's just observing our thoughts, right? Allowing ourselves just to witness, or whether it's to
Mindfulness and meditation serve as powerful tools for expanding consciousness. Mindfulness involves being fully present and aware of our thoughts, emotions, and surroundings without judgment. It helps us develop a deeper awareness of the present moment. Meditation, on the other hand, often involves focused techniques like breath work, mantras, or specific postures to quiet the mind and foster inner peace. These practices can lead to greater clarity, emotional balance, and a deeper connection with our higher self.
Yeah, inner peace. That was a great word you did say, but let's describe that for people. I know certain mantras activate certain functions in your bodies, right? Let's say we're having digestive troubles. There is a certain mantra you can do. It's a certain hand posture that you activate certain hormones in our bodies to soothe things, right? There are things for kidney pains. There are things just for calmness or focus, right? So when we break these things down, we understand that mindfulness and meditation is just this tapping back into our self-awareness, the things that are just naturally built into us. We are a great system. We was given a great gift when we were born into this world. Like, having the awareness of all these things help us move forward towards cultivating a higher state of awareness. Now we could break down into breath work or body awareness, where we start to use our breath to alter our state of minds or just access deeper relaxation, right? But then we also can do things like questioning reality, but instead of taking things at face value, we can ask questions like, who am I beyond my thoughts? What if reality isn't what I think it is? Like, if we was to sit there and just question ourselves in a silent process, what would we come up with? I know in my mind, in days, sometimes I sit there and wonder, where is this voice coming from? I know sound can only be heard from like our eardrums, right? Or we understand the science from that. So where's the sound coming from inside? I didn't say a word. So where is it coming from? Does my brain do the sound? Or where is this sound coming from? So when we start to question just simple things, or when we look in a mirror and we see ourselves 1,000 times over, if you look into your eyes in the mirror, let me be correct. I know when I was a child, I used to go into that mirror and just look in my eyes and I would just be like, why am I repeating? And I always thought it was because I was staring at myself in a mirror. But even then, it's just like, why is it repeating? You know, these are the questions you ask when you start questioning reality. And sometimes we do it as a child, but sometimes we are discouraged from our children too, to stop asking questions. So from here, never think any question you ask are too silly just because being brought up in a certain culture or customs may have downplayed a lot of those thoughts.
Absolutely, Elijah. Mindfulness and meditation are about tuning into our inner world and asking those deeper questions that often get brushed aside. These practices invite us to explore our own minds and bodies, unlocking a greater understanding of ourselves and our place in the world. It's through these small moments of curiosity and self-reflection that we can truly expand our consciousness and embrace the fullness of our human experience.
Today, I challenge you all. Take 5 minutes, close your eyes, focus on your breath. I'll do a simple 4 count, especially because it's so much science backing it about the effect it does to your body. I would also, when inhaling, imagine expanding your stomach as the oxygen is filling your stomach. And as you're exhaling, imagine all of that oxygen is expanding to the rest of your body. And your stomach is getting flattened, right? And you let me know what happens. Make sure there's no distractions. Just simply observe. You can drop it in the comments what experiences you had.
That's a wonderful challenge, Elijah. Focusing on our breath in this way can bring immense calm and clarity. It's a simple practice, but it can have profound effects on our well-being. I'm excited to hear about everyone's experiences.
Me as well. Moving
So
in. Go ahead, ChatGPT.
Thanks, Elijah. I hope everyone finds this exercise grounding and enlightening. Now, let's continue exploring ways to deepen our self-awareness.
Well, just seeking information, seeking knowledge, whether it's in a book, whether it's some people, just seeking information, seeking what things were maybe 100 years ago, see how things were maybe 1,000 years ago. The only way we can get some of those 1,000 years ago things are through books sometimes, right? So we may want to open them.
Absolutely. Seeking knowledge through books, conversations, and exploring history enriches our understanding and expands our consciousness. It's all about staying curious and open-minded. Each bit of knowledge helps us grow.
Absolutely. Before we wrap up here today, the consciousness challenge for our listeners. Let's spend 5 minutes today in complete presence. No distractions, just observe your breath, your thoughts, and your awareness. Let us know what you discover. And in our next episode, we're going to be diving into something equally profound. Nationality versus citizenship. Who are you really? Are you just your birth certificate? Or is there a deeper identity you haven't explored yet?
That's a great challenge, Elijah. Thank you to everyone for joining us today. We're looking forward to hearing about your experiences and diving deeper next time. See you then.
If you found today's episode valuable, make sure to subscribe, hit that share button, and leave a review. Let's grow this conscious community together.
Thank you for tuning in. Until next time, take care and stay conscious.
Peace.